Did the same thing though that he rightly accuses skeptics or other people doing to us, where they're actually going to make a claim and then you think immediately you're on the defensive and you somehow got to answer their claim. But the reality is, always ask a question. Where did you get that from? Why do you think that? One of the things he said was, well, if this person says, God is spirit, therefore the only thing that matters is the material world. You know, there's no evidence because God is spirit. Why does spirit automatically negate anything material? Why just because we talk about something spiritual, does that mean anything material doesn't count? See, they're making that claim to start with. The other thing he said, which I thought was interesting, I don't know if anybody caught it, was he was talking about this idea, the second question or the second statement about God. I can't see God, so therefore, why should I think he exists? But he added a little phrase in there. He said, I can't see God physically, therefore he doesn't exist, right? So if I walk out of the room and I yell back, hey Julian, what time is it? And he answers me, oh, it's 7:30 or 8. I can't see him physically. I have no idea if he's there. So does that mean he doesn't exist?
Yes.
Right. Now, if you think and sharpen yourself a little bit, you'd say, well, wait a minute, sound waves are physical, so actually, Ed, you still fail because the sound wave coming from Julian is him physically, so therefore, even though he's physically invisible, you don't see him, you recognize the sound waves from your hammer, anvil, and stirrup vibrating in your ear, and so therefore, that's how you know he exists, right? You'd say something like that. So then I would turn, hold on a minute, then I would turn and say, do you realize our whole culture is not based on a material worldview? It's not. That's only what's coming from media and the movies, and not even the movies, from what you're being told. What are the most influential institutions or sources in our culture? What institutions have the biggest influence on most people? Give you a hint. The girl dating Travis Kelce is in this institution. So what is it?
Entertainment.
Yes, music. Music can significantly influence people, right? When you listen to music, it's almost all about the immaterial world. You don't hear many songs about, I'm just pond scum and I don't come from anywhere. Or, you know, all you should believe is what you can see. You hear songs like, you're in my heart, you're in my soul. You hear all these songs that have to do with about this immaterial existence. Now, does everybody listen to the music and go, it's a bunch of lies, why am I buying this album? Why am I listening to this? This is all nonsense, this is garbage. No. Why do people buy this stuff? Because you believe it.
Oh.
Guys, think a minute. Nobody buys stuff and they think it's a lie or they don't believe it.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Nobody.
Nobody. We know it intuitively that immaterial things are real. You have the music industry. What's the other big one? Movies. Movies are all about, mostly, about the feelings you get from things that are immaterial. Aren't they?
Yeah.
Right? I can think, I'm watching Gladiator. Gladiator, we're watching these movies, they're having these fights and everything, but in your mind, what are you really thinking? I wonder if he's ever gonna get to back with that girl again that he knows, and I'm wondering if the little kid, the son, what's gonna happen to him? We're thinking about all these things that are tied into the characters and their personalities, which are all immaterial. Guys, we live in a world that we get our truth a lot from our senses and our soul, and the things we buy are really gravitate towards that. But we're being told by a God-rejecting world, especially in academia, that these are false.